Hello guys, so I'm guessing Mr. Day probably sent you here because he's been telling you, as a psychology prefect, you need to go and make some podcasts for our younger friends in year 12, who we all love. So basically, this is a quick guide on how to make one of those podcasts. Really simple. The program we're going to use is called Audacity. Now, Audacity is basically editing software. If you've heard of the radio, which I'm sure most of you will have, unless you live in the Stone Ages. Radio is that little box in a corner where voices and music come out of. This is the editing software that radio stations use as a really simple version of it, so we, normal peasants, can use it. Basically what you do is open it up, and you will come to this grey screen here, and what you do, go over to File, click Import, and then you go onto Audio, and this is given that you've recorded your voice onto one of these, either an iPod or a microphone or something magical like that. If you're not doing that, there's a big button in the top corner, and it says Record. You'd record your voice there. I don't know why I sounded like that there, but yeah, anyway, given that you've recorded the audio, go over to File, click Import, click Audio, and a little screen will come up, and you'll go over to where you've saved it, your memory stick or whatever. I don't need to show you that bit. Click Import, and this thing comes up. This is your voice in musical form. This is basically waves. You don't need to know this, but sound waves and that. Basically, when you've talked into a you've spoken into a microphone, this is what comes out at the end of it. This is digital and stuff. This is vocals and etc. and stuff like that. And basically, what you can do with Audacity is highlight bits. You can cut bits out if you start going you can cut that sort of stuff out by highlighting it, clicking delete on your keyboard. That's really easy. And you know, when you're talking into a microphone, if you're not used to it, what's going to happen is you're going to start doing this. You're going to start floating the microphone away from your voice, so you won't be able to hear you, and then you'll go really close, and then you'll be really loud. And basically, it's going to take practice to get that thing sorted. But basically, look at this. I've highlighted this. This is a quiet bit of vocals, and what you can do on this program is amplify your voice so it gets very loud. Wonderful. And what you'd do over there is click Effects, and you'd go over to Amplify, and when you've done that, you can basically click OK, and it amplifies it. And look how much bigger it is. Look, before and after. It's massive. Yeah, look at that. And you can do that. If you want to delete something, really simple, highlight it like that, and click delete, and boom, it's gone. Look, before is there, and then it's gone. And other stuff, of course, you can do. You can mess about with it. You can put music over it, because when you turn off the music, my voice is really, really annoying. But if you've got the music in the background, it makes it much more bearable. Just a smidge, but it's a lot more bearable. See? Foster the people who've even given up on me. I need some more music. So what you do, if you want to put music over the back of your vocals, like I've done for this video, obviously, what you do is basically do exactly the same thing you did to get your voice in there in the first place. You click File, Import, find the music wherever it is. I have chosen Coma Cat, which is a lovely piece of music. Click Import, it'll turn up. Look, there are now 2 audio feeds there. The top one is obviously still your voice, and the bottom one is the music. And what you can do is amplify it downwards, which is also known as decreasing volume, which is magic. And what you want to do is click FX again, Amplify, and what the most important thing is here, there's this little bar here which I'm going to circle. You want to drag that downwards. You want the amplification to be minus so that it's decreased in volume. And you'd click OK, and look, the music's now quieter than your voice, and it's not overriding you or whatever. Basically, once you've done all that, you're happy with it, your podcast is ready to go out to the millions of people to explain autism and the working memory model to them. What you do, click File, click Export, and what you do is choose where you want to save it. I have obviously chosen Psychology Podcasts as my destination folder because I'm well organised. And what you need to do is make sure you give it a sensible name like Psychology Podcast, and what you want to do is make sure that the file type is an MP3, because otherwise normal people won't be able to download it. It'll only be like magical elves and stuff. Click OK. it'll start exporting, and then once you've done that, you can find it in your destination folder, which is very nice, and then you can open it in your favourite music playing software, and you can burn it to CD and stick it on an iPod, and magic things will happen, and people can revise, and they can thank you and your voice for getting them through psychology as a year group. Like, yes, that psychology prefect is banging, and stick your name on the end of it, and the voices, the jobs are good, isn't it? Thanks very much for watching.